PlayStation.
My name is Daijiro Yoshihara, and I drive cars for a living.
Yes, hello. I'm Steve, aka Super GT. I'm a YouTuber and a long-time fan of Gran Turismo. Today, I'm going to be driving the Tesla, and with this car, we're going to be taking a base stock setup and then introducing a couple of very important upgrades.
If I can tune one thing on Tesla, it will be the tires. Because tire is the only thing attached to the ground, so it's actually really important for any other cars as well.
So today, we're going to be taking a look at Willow Springs, the big Willow circuit, and for me, this track is ominous. It's very unforgiving, it's old school in nature, but that's why we love it. So with that said, let's jump straight in.
Alright, so this is Big Willow. So track like this is very big and a lot of wide open area, which means you carry a lot of speed.
So the first corner here, as you can see, very, very banked. There's a lot of camber. That really helps you get through this corner with a lot of speed.
Turn 1 got really good camber. This helps to turn in.
Out of turn 3, really difficult part of the track. Left, then right, it's uphill as well. You're gonna have to make sure you stay on the track.
Coming out of turn 3, we are getting into the most iconic spot of Big Willow. And as you see, there's a lot of tire mark going off the track. Don't want to do that.
So turn 5 here, as we're coming down the hill, really, really important corner. Give yourself a nice wide entry on the right. And as you come through the left, get on the power really early because you're going to be on the power for the next 20 to 25 seconds down the back straight.
From turn 5 on, it's all guts because it's all big sweeper. You can stay on the gas pretty much all the time. Just be brave.
Tell me you're happy. Ready, let's go.
Now, one of the key things you'll notice about this car is the distinct lack of sound. You can't really hear it too much. What you can hear, though, is the tyre squealing.
I think Gran Turismo these days is very close to real life. Even like a tuning aspect, pretty much you can do everything to the car.
And as a driver, it's that level of realism which gives you more confidence to push the car and to test the limits of the circuit. Okay, so we've had some fun in the game. Absolutely love the track. I'd love to drive it for real.
Yeah, when GT7 comes out, I'm gonna play for sure.
PlayStation.
Lose yourself in the feel of the road beneath you, in the roar of your engine, in every track, every scene, every shot. Lose yourself and find your line.
PlayStation.
This is more than a race. It's a journey. Find your passion. Find what drives you. Find your line.
PlayStation. PlayStation.
そうですね、PS5 のパフォーマンスがあって、なんか初めてねグランツーリスモというのは、過去のシリーズからずっと続けてきて、こう確かなリアリティが感じられるようなレベルに達したんじゃないかなっていう気が個人的には思っています。ハプティックスあるいはアダプティブトリガーの使い方なんですけれども、一つはなんて言うんでしょうね、そのブレーキのフィールですね。あるところまではちゃんとブレーキが効いてるんだけれども、あるところからブレーキがロックして突然制動 G が抜けるっていうことが起きるんですけれども、そういった表現に使おうとしています。グランツーリスモ7で、スケープスもレイトレーシングに対応するので、やっぱり車の見え方はぐっと良くなりましたね。以前だったらこれ CG かなって分かっちゃったような絵がやっぱり全く CG に見えなくなってくる。それがレイトレーシングの効果です。4K で、60p でさらに HDR になってくるとですね、 こうトラック上を自分で走っている時に感じるこのリアリティっていうのがやっぱりあるレベルを超えたなっていうふうに感じる瞬間があります。自然な感じというのは、これまでねグラントリスモが追い求めてきたものでもあるので、それはねやっぱりちょっと感動しましたね。
プレイステーション。
We're just one day away from Gran Turismo 7's launch, and we're live here in Singapore at the magnificent 10 Square building. And we're here celebrating GT's long-awaited arrival on the PS5 and the PS4 and the 25th anniversary of the Gran Turismo franchise. My name is Claire Jedrick.
And my name is Bobby Tonelli.
You know what, Bobby? Are you ready? Tell me how you really feel.
Oh, Claire, I can't contain my excitement. I'm a big car fan, but I'm also a bigger tech head, and I cannot wait to get behind the wheel of GT7 and take it for a spin.
You know what, hold up first. Let's rewind just a little bit. Tell me, what do you really know about the Gran Turismo franchise?
Claire, are we really going there?
Yes.
I mean, we know that Gran Turismo is the brainchild of Kazunori Yamauchi, who wanted to create the ultimate driving experience for the PlayStation. And he and his team have been working tirelessly over 25 years with Polyphony Digital to make this happen with resounding success.
And you know what, you're absolutely right, because as a race driver, I'm absolutely floored by his dedication and his passion for cars. And you know, it comes down to the sound of the engine as well as to the handling of the car. And you know what, this truly is a love letter to all car aficionados around the world.
I mean, GT7 is going to ignite a spark in a whole new generation of gamers with technology we've never seen before that is exclusive to PS5, with like the DualSense haptic feedback on the controllers, that adaptive trigger where you can actually feel the textures of the road, the resistance of the brakes. We've never felt this before. So gamers are going to be surprised by this. Car fans are going to be wowed by this. I mean, I'm excited.
Matt, you're getting me hyped. I just want to dive right in right now.
Well, you know, we got a couple rigs inside, Claire. You ready to take on GT7?
What are you waiting for? Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, Claire, let's see what you got here right there.
You see what you
All
got?
the best.
Oh!
Oh, snap.
Good luck, you're gonna need it.
Woo!
And
Okay,
more.
okay. All right, all right. So what car are you going with, Claire?
Man, Bobby, that is absolutely easy, and I've always aspired to have this car one day. It's a Mercedes Sls Amg. It's a little bit heavy, I suppose. It'll be on the track. I expect a little bit of understeer, but the reason why I really love it is because I saw its predecessor, the 300 SL Gullwing, and it's stunning with the doors opening up, and it's just so beautifully designed. It's a classic, and so many people find it legendary. So do I.
Wow, I mean, that's a sexy car, you know, but the most famous spy in the world did not drive a Mercedes. So I'm going with the Aston Martin DB9.
Not too bad, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna need driver assist. Just saying.
Well, let's see what we got here on the track today. Whoa.
Wow.
Oh,
Have you seen this? Did not know that was coming out.
me neither.
You know, this makes it even sweeter to get right into the game. Alrighty, what kind of circuit are you gonna be choosing, Bobby?
Well, I'm gonna go to the classic main stage track here. Trial Mountain, just under 4 kilometers. Perfect track to get our practice underway before the launch of GT7 tomorrow. Coming up on weather, because we have a choice of weather here in the game.
Okay, tell you what, it's very easy, and I feel like it's about equality, and I'm a very fair person, especially with you, you're gonna need it. Let's go dry, as well as plenty of sunlight, so somewhere in the day.
All right, how's afternoon?
That's perfect for me. Oh, here we go. Make sure I can't hear you.
Wow, the audio sounds fantastic.
There we go, Trial Mountain Circuit. 3, 2, 1, we got 2 laps. Here it goes, Trial Mountain. Man, we got stop finish. Hey, no touchy-touchies. Oh, now I can really feel the brakes on this. This haptic is fantastic. You can actually feel how heavy this is.
Obviously, the PS5, the DualSense controller, you do have that haptic feedback, and it does sort of simulate, as I was talking about earlier, about braking and obviously the textures of the road and everything else. That's gotta feel pretty amazing with this thing, because I'm here on the steering wheel, I feel all of this, but imagine with PS5 controller. So you don't necessarily need a whole setup like this to actually enjoy
No,
GT7.
you don't. I mean, this is a bit more extreme, but it is the way to go if you're really into that whole racing theme.
See the little dents on the back of your car already. Look at the ray tracing on this. This is awesome.
That's to say, look at the light and the reflection coming. I'm
I know.
actually squinting my eyes like I'm in a real race car.
This is the ray tracing at 4K 60p. This is quite amazing, because usually you see it at 4K 30. Gran Turismo is just, I mean, they're just so on top of all the graphics right now.
Oh, this is stunning, and I can feel the weight of the car. This car is understeering, and I know it's gonna happen, but it feels great though as well. Like the car is twitching around, so you can feel like the grip as it picks up. Okay, here we go. Whoa! Well, you know what they say, slow in, fast out. But hey, for Mr. Tonelli, it's just slow in, slow out.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know, is he sweating? I don't know, I think he's laughing. I think that's his strategy.
I'm catching you.
I'm not gonna show any emotion. Do you see this? No emotion.
There
Where
we
are
go.
you?
I'm right behind you.
Getting a bit of slipstream behind me. And I think what's great about this, because you play a lot of different games, and not necessarily all the time simulator, that, you know, in for yourself jumping on this for the first time, it's easy for beginners. Where to brake, it gives you the racing line. So yeah, that's why it's so good.
That's it. Where you at? Where you at? I'm getting some distance from you right now, Claire. How does that feel?
That's all right. I always love the chase. Okay, so I'm gonna be making it. Okay, you know what? He's just blocking me. This is not even slipstream. This is just slow braking into the corners, but it's fine. I can see him gripping up in that leather jacket. I'm glad. Thank you for putting on your Sunday best for me.
Well, you know, at least I can at least kind of look the part while you don't beat me too bad.
And here it goes. Stop finish line! I don't need no hands for that. Pole position, P1. Fastest lap, cleanest race. Victory is sweet. Bow down to your queen. Wow, what an amazing driving experience.
That was some pretty spectacular driving there, Claire, if I may say so myself.
Well, now that I've had a taste of the game, I can't wait to get back online and keep on driving. But what is the first thing that you're going to do when you play the GT7?
You know, you gotta head over to the GT Cafe, learn about the lore and the history of these wonderful automobiles.
And you know what? That is a brilliant idea. The GT Cafe is a perfect place to take a break if you've had amazing competition, just like we had. But hey, people, I don't want you to go away because we are going to catch up with some renowned car enthusiasts who are going to share their thoughts on the new GT7 and go over some of the wonderful features.
Stay tuned.
Everyone, we are here, Bobby and myself, at the GT Cafe, and we are going to be talking to a couple of our friends about their passion for cars, for racing, and if we're lucky, a little bit more.
That's right, GT7 is launching tomorrow. What's up, guys? We got Pete from Thailand, Marlon from the Philippines, Jasmine from Malaysia, as well as JP Chen.
That's right, guys. Hey, Pete, how are you? Let's start with you first.
Hey, I'm great. How are you, Bobby? How are you, Clay? I'm good. I'm all good. Very excited. So hyped up here.
Nice, nice. Wow. You know, I mean, the whole aspect of why we're at the GT Cafe, of course, is we can learn about cars here in Gran Turismo 7. Go through that journey. Like, you can learn the history of Porsche or McLaren or Ferrari. I mean, it's just mind-boggling, the information that we have here.
Well, it's like a one-stop shop, really, and it's just like one click away. Now, a big part of like the GT7 is really, and I'm going to go back to Pete here, is the tuning as well as the modification. Now, not everybody likes to do it, but a lot of people do like to do it. And Pete, really, is there something for you that you really focus on when it comes to like tuning, modification, even if it comes in for the racing? I mean, we've got engineers for that who do that job, but I mean, per se with the tuning, is there something you want to go for straight line speed in the corners, you just want to work on the brakes, or I don't know, tune yourself?
Well, mostly it's depend on what class that you'll be running. But mostly I would focus on suspension tuning, you know. I would work on how the car would turn, how quick it would respond to my steering wheel, and I wouldn't mind so much about the car engines. Well, you know, I would make sure that the engine is perfectly tuned, fine. I would worry more about final drive differentials, gear ratio, or suspension tuning.
Do you have a favorite racetrack?
Well, my very first one is Nürburgring, Germany. You know, I loved it. The track is, per laps, I did like 9 minutes something per laps. You know, those were amazing. I love it.
Marlon, you there?
I mean, it's a tough question to just put it down to one racing circuit, but I'd say my favorite track of all time that I competed on, and not just because I'm biased, because I've won there. And I think actually we have a good group of racing drivers here. Jasmine's also competed in Monaco and done very well himself. But Monaco has to be on the list. It's got the prestige. It has all the celebrities, the fandom. And it's just a great setting to have a race on a circuit in the Principality of Monaco itself.
What's your modification that you like to do with your cars, first and foremost?
Not too much tuning from my end. Honestly, I just like driving the cars and just getting on with it pretty much. I think that's how most racing drivers are, although we can get technical. But if ever it was for me, it would be the aesthetics, you know, just upgrading the looks of the car at most, and most probably the sound, the tuning with the engines, getting more power, and I'm sure all those features are included in the new GT7 as well.
Any car that you would love to own, that one car that just speaks to you?
Well, there's quite a few I think I'd love to own, definitely. It's just a case of how much money's in the bank. But from, let's say, the few that I've experienced, and more importantly, the ones that I've seen at least in GT7 that can give me that relation or that feeling from the video game to real life, is definitely the Toyota Supra. That's yeah, dream accomplished. So I guess the next step is pulling money out of the bank and owning one, you know?
And that reminds me of skate mode here in GT7, where you can actually place the car where you want. You've got ray tracing involved. I mean, just the imaging. You can have the car with motion blur, panning as you're racing through Monaco. I mean, is this something that you would definitely want to try? Maybe take a picture, create it in GT7 of your race car and put on the wall. What do you think?
Well, I think I do have an eye for photography, but I'm not too good at practicing that in real life. Hopefully you don't do that in real life either. But within the game, I mean, heck yeah, like I definitely want to have pictures of my cool cars racing around all the circuits in GT7. I mean, there's the classics also in Gran Turismo, like Tsukuba, which I would be looking forward to seeing. And just, you know, capturing images, having a great time with friends online in the lobbies, and racing and competing against each other. That's just going to be the best experience for sure in the game.
Jasmine Jafar, what's up, buddy?
Hi, Jasmine.
Hey, Bobby. Hey, Claire. Good to see you guys. How are you?
Well, you know, let's talk about a little bit more of the technicalities of racing, right? Because finding the line is one of the big attributes of the GT7, right? How do you go about this, you know, going from various different tracks around the world? What's your way of finding that line?
Yeah, I mean, different tracks have different, you know, challenges, right? So, you know, having racing like tracks like Spa and Monaco and stuff like that, they're undulating, and the challenges of going through high speeds in cars with a lot of downforce, right?
You've gone from the ultimate hypercar, but what's behind you? What would you choose?
Yeah, I must say it's a Pagani.
The Pagani,
you know, like I said earlier, it's a piece of art. Yeah, I also practice myself on Gran Turismo just to get the feel of the circuit itself.
So anyway, let's move over to JP. JP, I'm looking behind you right now at these cars in your garage, and I'm asking the crew here to give me some tissue to wipe the drool off my jacket, because this is something dreams are made of. Talk to us, how did you get into car collecting?
My car hobby started when I was young, like most young boys, like what Jasmine and the rest of the guys say. You know, my love for car started at a young age. I started collecting toy cars and stuff like that, but I don't have the chance to get into racing until I reached a very late stage of my life, which is about 40 plus. Then I start going to racing, because by then I start to make some money. So I thought that it was time for me to experience some racing experience. I wish GT7 was then available then, you know, so I don't have to spend a lot more money racing the race car.
You know, is there any advice to people who are really looking to start a collection? Is there any basic that you'd go for? Because I know you talk about cars, you know, if you go for your favorite, if you go for something vintage, but it might not actually drive that well, you go for investment, what will probably be the basic advice for somebody who wants to start collecting cars?
Well, of course, there are some basic fundamentals you must have when you start collecting cars, or even racing for that matter. You must have your own objective, why you want to collect the car. Like you say, for investment reason, for fun, for whatever, showing off, I mean, who cares? Okay, so you must have something in mind. Of course, the GT7, the options is a lot better and maybe even cheaper for that sense. You know, you can collect cars virtually and you can even sell them.
With the market?
Okay. I think it's a little bit cheaper, just slightly cheaper, JP, just slightly cheaper.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, thanks everyone so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you guys very much, and we will see you in the GT. Take care.
That's right. Well, you know what? I think it's time for us, since we don't have much time left, we should jump back into the simulator.
You know, that's a great idea, Claire, but before we do that, I have one more person I need to talk to.
Oh, yeah? No.
You.
Who? Me?
You.
Oh, hang on, that wasn't actually in the script. So
well, things have changed. Things have changed. You're in the hot seat.
Well, I hope you've got the drum roll ready, because I need
do.
that.
Can we have the drum roll for Claire, please?
No.
You get the introduction too.
I got crickets.
No, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, professional race car driver, MC, mother of two, Miss Claire Jedrick.
Okay, we didn't get tone deaf in there, but that's great.
That's great.
It was all positive stuff about me.
There we go. Okay, Claire, let's get into your racing history here. Let's talk about racing in a second in terms of what people perceive racing is and what the actuality of it is. Because, you know, people think you just get in a car and you drive, right? But what was that moment for you? Then you started racing going, wow, this is so different from what I thought it was going to be.
That's just a really good question, because people used to say to me, are you just sitting in a chair?
Yeah.
I'm like, are you crazy? I was like, even in a simulator, your heart rate is high, you're sweating buckets, and you barely blink. But I think the moment which I realized, like, that I'm here, and also it's quite hard, is that when I got out onto circuit in Malaysia, spending an hour in the car, it's hot. It's something like 50 degrees in my car, because you don't have aircon, the windows are up, the car is just really basic inside, and learning what's grip. I mean, this whole thing, what's grip? And it took me 2 years to understand how to feel a car on the track and where the edge of grip was. The other things were as well is feedback. That's probably the hardest thing, you know, being in a team. People are like, Claire, you're doing this and that. I'm like, no, I'm not. They're like, yeah, your hands are off the wheel. You got jazz hands.
I got from you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my skate mode, take some photographs of the beautiful cars.
You go do that.
All right, guys, with that, take care, and we will see you in the GT.